Imagine a weapon that can think for itself, a drone that doesn't need a human pilot, that can hunt, identify, and eliminate a target all on its own. This isn't science fiction. This is the new reality of warfare, and it's being tested on the battlefields of Ukraine right now. We're talking about autonomous killer drones, a technology that could change the face of conflict forever. Russia is at the forefront of this revolution, deploying systems that are pushing the boundaries of what we thought was possible and raising profound ethical questions that we can no longer ignore. Are we on the verge of a future where machines make life-or-death decisions? Let's dive into the world of Russia's AI-powered war machines. To understand the present, we have to look back. The concept of an unmanned aerial vehicle, or UAV, isn't new. Drones have been used for surveillance and reconnaissance for decades. Think of the Predator and Reaper drones, remotely piloted from thousands of miles away, becoming symbols of modern warfare. But these systems always had a human in the loop, a pilot making the final decision to engage. The revolution we're seeing now is the removal of that human. The shift is from remote control to autonomy. The drone is no longer just a tool. It's becoming the decision maker. This leap is powered by artificial intelligence, machine learning, and advanced computer vision. A drone can now be programmed with a mission profile, find and destroy enemy tanks in a specific area. It then takes off, navigates to the zone, uses its AI to identify what looks like a tank, confirms the target against its database, and attacks, all without any direct human intervention. This is the world of lethal autonomous weapon systems, or LAWS, and the war in Ukraine has become the first major conflict where these systems are being deployed and tested on a significant scale. So, what exactly is Russia bringing to the fight? One of the most talked about systems is the Lancet drone. Early versions were more like traditional loitering munitions, often called kamikaze drones, where a human operator would guide them to their target. But newer iterations, like the Lancet 3, are reportedly incorporating AI elements. These drones are being upgraded with automatic target recognition capabilities. This means the drone can be launched into a general area, and its AI-powered optical system will then autonomously search for and identify high-value targets like artillery pieces or air defense systems. Once it locks on, it dives in for the kill. The operator's role is shifting from pilot to supervisor, confirming the target the AI has selected. But the next logical step is to remove the supervisor entirely. Another key player is the Coupler drone, also developed by the Kalashnikov concern, the same company famous for the AK-47. This is a classic loitering munition designed to be a simple, cost-effective weapon. But again, reports suggest it's being enhanced with AI for improved targeting in complex electronic warfare environments. If its connection to the operator is jammed, the AI could potentially complete the mission on its own based on pre-programmed instructions and visual data. We're also seeing the development of swarm technology. Imagine not one, but dozens of these AI-powered drones working together, communicating with each other to overwhelm enemy defenses. One drone might identify a target, while another confirms it, and a third group executes a coordinated strike from multiple angles. This isn't just a concept. Russia has been actively testing drone swarms in military exercises for years. The war in Ukraine is accelerating this development, providing invaluable real-world data to refine the algorithms and tactics. The impact on the battlefield is undeniable. These autonomous and semi-autonomous drones offer Russia several advantages. First, they are relatively cheap to produce compared to traditional military hardware like fighter jets or tanks. You can lose a dozen drones for the cost of one missile. This creates a new kind of attritional warfare, where a constant barrage of cheap, smart weapons can wear down a much more expensive and sophisticated opponent. Second, they reduce the risk to human soldiers. Sending a drone into a heavily defended area is far less costly than sending in a special forces team or a piloted aircraft. Third, they are incredibly effective at targeting mobile high-value assets. An artillery system might fire and then quickly move to a new position. A traditional surveillance and strike cycle might be too slow to catch it. But an AI drone loitering overhead can spot the movement, identify the target, and strike within seconds. We've seen countless videos from Ukraine showing Lancets precisely hitting moving vehicles and well-camouflaged equipment. This forces Ukraine to constantly adapt its tactics, dispersing its forces and investing heavily in electronic warfare and air defense systems to counter this ever-present threat from above. The psychological impact is also immense. The constant buzz of drones overhead creates a state of perpetual anxiety for soldiers on the ground, knowing that at any moment they could be targeted by a machine. But this new technology brings us face to face with some of the most difficult ethical dilemmas of our time. The core question is this: should a machine, an algorithm, ever be given the authority to decide who lives and who dies? Proponents argue that AI systems can be more precise and less prone to human error. A machine doesn't get tired, it doesn't feel fear or anger, and it won't pull the trigger out of revenge or panic. In theory, an AI could be programmed to follow the laws of war more strictly than a human soldier, reducing civilian casualties by making more accurate distinctions between combatants and non-combatants. They could be the perfect, logical soldiers. However, the critics paint a much darker picture. They argue that we are crossing a moral red line. The decision to take a human life is one of the most profound decisions anyone can make, and delegating that to a machine is an abdication of our humanity. What happens when the AI makes a mistake? Who is responsible? Is it the programmer who wrote the code? The commander who deployed the drone? The manufacturer who built it? Current AI is not perfect. Facial recognition technology is known to have biases. An AI trained on a certain dataset might misidentify a farmer holding a rake as a soldier holding a rifle. In the fog of war, a school bus could be mistaken for an armored personnel carrier, without a human in the loop to apply context, common sense, and moral judgment. The potential for catastrophic errors is huge. This leads to the terrifying prospect of an arms race in autonomous weapons. Once one country deploys fully autonomous killer drones, every other country will feel pressured to do the same to avoid being at a strategic disadvantage. This could lead to a rapid proliferation of these weapons around the world, making them available not just to major military powers, but also to smaller nations and even non-state actors. The world would become a far more dangerous and unstable place. We could see flash wars, conflicts that escalate in minutes or even seconds as automated systems on both sides react to each other at machine speed. Far too fast for any human diplomacy or intervention to stop them. It's a future where global stability is in the hands of competing algorithms, a scenario that many experts find truly chilling. So, where do we go from here? The genie is, in many ways, already out of the bottle. The technology for autonomous weapons exists, and as we've seen in Ukraine, it's being used. The international community is struggling to keep up. There have been ongoing discussions at the United Nations about a potential treaty to ban or regulate lethal autonomous weapons, similar to treaties on chemical or biological weapons. However, progress has been slow. Major military powers, including Russia and the United States, have been reluctant to agree to a binding ban, arguing that they need to explore the technology for defensive purposes. The debate often gets stuck on definitions. What exactly counts as meaningful human control? How autonomous is too autonomous? The war in Ukraine serves as a powerful, real-time case study. It's forcing military planners, politicians, and the public to confront these questions not as abstract hypotheticals, but as urgent realities. The footage of AI-assisted drone strikes is a stark reminder of what's at stake. It's pushing the conversation forward and highlighting the critical need for clear international norms and rules of the road before this technology spirals out of control. We need to decide as a global community what limits we want to place on the role of machines in warfare. Do we want a future where algorithms make the ultimate decision, or do we insist that a human must always be in the loop? The development of Russia's AI killer drones is a pivotal moment in military history. It's not just about a new weapon, it's about a fundamental shift in the relationship between humans, technology, and warfare. The battlefield in Ukraine is the testing ground for a future that could be defined by autonomous conflict. While the technology offers undeniable tactical advantages, it opens a Pandora's box of ethical nightmares and strategic risks, from unaccountable machine errors to a global AI arms race. The path we choose now will have consequences for generations to come. We must engage in this debate, demand transparency from our governments, and push for international cooperation to establish clear boundaries. The future of warfare, and perhaps the future of humanity itself, depends on it. Thanks for watching. What are your thoughts on autonomous weapons? Let me know in the comments below. And if you found this video insightful, please give it a like and subscribe for more deep dives into the technology shaping our world. Stay curious.